Hey guys, what is going on? It is Ando, and today's video is going to be about something we have all experienced. It is the Kyro crunch and how to solve it, or if there is a way to solve it. I think I found a way. It is not going to be easy, but I will show you how to do it, and we will go into my best kind of guess on what is the easiest way versus what's the maximum effort way. And hopefully, like I said, it'll at least give you guys a conversation to have within your guys' guilds, within your guys' friend group, all those things. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. But first, before we do, if I could get you guys to hit the thumbs up button and share this with your guilds again, because we want to have this conversation and I will help facilitate it with numbers and all those other cool things. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, this week was a slow week in information, so I just figured, all right, I'm going to start asking questions because I thought we were going to get raid requirements that I could kind of make a video on. But I always love making these videos, and you guys are usually the ones that give these video ideas for me. So if you guys keep asking questions, this is how I know what to tailor the content to. So let's first ask, how do we get Kyros? Well, there's a few different ways. Territory Wars gives us a small allowance. Again, it's all feels like drops in the bucket. Grand Arena, they've got a store. You can see I already bought mine here. The only bad part is it is one node or whatever you want to call it. So you kind of get a small increase, you know, a couple times a day. 8 is the maximum amount of number, 4 I think is the minimum. So okay, so how do we get it? Well, there's also currency with GET. And so the get 3 has a node and the get 2 has a node, and this one, the max that you can buy from is 10 and the max that you can buy from here is 15. So a little bit better, right? We can get all the way up to 25. It also goes down to, I believe, 5 and 10. I can't remember now. 5 and 5 maybe. I don't remember. So obviously, again, can be lower amounts, but again, multiple times a day, we've got the currency. You also get a few from different other events, right? Assault battles and all those other things. So, but all in all, right, we all feel that after the raid came in through and kind of gave us what we needed to have, you know, we weren't able to kind of keep up with the relic requirements, as you know, the signal data requirements. And then the other, you know, key factor of holding us back is Kyro tech. And again, I feel it. I know how you guys feel, and I'm an end game account, so that's how you know that it's real. So just to show you guys too, I'm in a top 5 guild in the game. We score like 41, 42. I don't even remember stars. So we get quite a bit of currency here, and that's enough to kind of keep us through there. We get it also in the prize box and ROT. Rise of the Empire is, you know, it happens twice in a month. So you do get this, you know, at a double rate essentially. So the other thing though, as I started kind of breaking down the numbers, was I started saying, well, I always, at the end of a phase, you know, we had all these special missions and those give me currency. And I said, I kind of want to know what the max of that is. Well, luckily for you guys, I created a spreadsheet to where I could look at the max. So a lot of stuff going on in here, but like, let me just kind of walk you through first what's happening. So we've got our dark path, we got our mixed path, and we got our light path. There's some extra sources here that happen via the extra planets that we open, and I'll walk us through each one of these, and then I'll kind of give my recommendations, because again, this is a spreadsheet that says what is the absolute max that we would get with a guild that is perfect. 50 attempts, 50 successes. We already have the relics, you know, all these things. I will kind of walk us through again what is more realistic and what is going to be easy for us. Because again, it's not about having 50 people being able to do an R9 solely mission. They're not going to get the same benefit that some, you know, mid game or early game guild is going to get when they're really starving for those Kyro tech. So without any further ado, let's just get into like the dark path. So right away, you could see we've got Endathamir. It's a phase 3 operation. Um, it's Night Sisters. It's Marin plus 4 Night Sisters at R7. Again, I've seen this success rate. It's not 100%. It's not a guaranteed, but it is pretty good once you kind of get your modding locked in and all that stuff. We've also got the med station here, which you're gonna need third sister, which means that you'll need to have third sister unlocked, and then you'll need 4 inquisitors at R8. Most people already had them at R7 because that's what required to get Riva at R, or to unlock. So the extra relic level is still quite a bit for 5 different characters, but they're a very good faction, and so they're kind of worth it. So we would end up, if again, perfect world, we got 2,500 get 2, we would get 1,000 get 3 from the dark path. Now, the mixed path is the one that looks the most appeasing, or at least the most appealing, I should say, because there is so many different missions. However, again, when we start to look at what's required here, I mean, I don't know too many people that have a Kyro and L3 at R8 plus 3 others. I don't know how too many people, I definitely don't know too many people, I should say, with the young Han Solo and Van Chewie at R9 plus 3 others that can fit into a squad. But that would be a way that you would increase this get 3 by quite a bit. Kira and young Solo, right? Maybe people have that at R5. You know, I've seen Rey, people use that with Rey, but the big one here, and we'll kind of get into this later, is this Tatooine one. Everyone's unlocking Tatooine. Even if you're a new guild, you're trying to push to Tatooine because that is where Riva shards are. So it's sort of like you're also going to get a added benefit here with Bo-Katan Mandalore. And again, it's the 50 get 2, but it, you know, again, 50 mission successes will give us the 2,500 get 2. Now, the light path is also one that's very interesting. Baraka is what everyone kind of was shooting for first because that unlocks Zepho, obviously. And it was 2 characters. But I will say it's going to require remod. It's not a perfect, you know, there's not too many guilds that are just, you know, not doing forced remods and not, you know, there's a strategy to this. You can fail this. This is definitely one where getting 50 people to get this is not the easiest task in the world. So, but you would get your 2,500, and then Kashyyyk is an interesting one. So you got Saw. The must-haves there is Drogon, Rex, or Krex. And then I think the optional ones is like, I think Saw is, or Baze is kind of been put in there, and then sort of pick your poison on that last and 5th one. So, but again, I don't think I would call this a guaranteed win, but this is how you're gonna get your most get twos on the light path. You would get up to 5,000 get to. So let's talk about the extra currencies or the extra sources. So for Mandalore, which you get from this BKM mission, they also are going to give you, as long as you get your 2 stars, they're going to give you 525 get 3, and you will also get 50 of each of the Kyros. For Zepho, you will get 450 of the get 3 and 20 of each of the Kyros. And then on Zepho, there's a mission with clones that will give you 50 get 2, and that is how you end up getting, you know, again, with 50 attempts, you would end up getting 2,500 get 2. You would end up getting, if you could get both those planets, you get 975 get 3 and up to 70 additional Kyros. Okay, so what does that lead us to? Our grand totals, again, on a max scale, would be that we get 12,500 get 2, we would get 4,725, and then just 70 additional Kyro on top of all of our TB rewards, which, to be honest, you're not going to get this much get 2. This is like 2 get 2 runs or 2 TB runs, but the get 3 is like maybe like a half, a little bit over a half. So you end up getting a lot of currency overall when you consider what you're also getting in terms of your rewards. Now, like I said, 975 get 2 will get you 15 Kyros. 600 of the get 3 will get you 10. So if you take that number and you kind of do some math here, that means you'll end up with just these rewards getting 192 Kyros from the get 2 reward, and you'll end up getting 78 Kyros from your get 3. Looks like a lot, would definitely be helpful because it happens every 2 weeks, but in all in all reality here, this is a half of a character nowadays. Again, so you run it twice in a month, you basically got a free character with your Kyro. And that's not including, the extra Kyro that was given. Again, it's not including the currency you already have. It's not including the Kyro that you get from the box, all that stuff. But again, is this realistic? No, right? I'm in a top 5 guild. We're not getting this. So what is realistic? Well, again, the guys that need this isn't even the guys that are in my guild. It's the guys that are in the mid game. It's the guys that even probably quote unquote end game that aren't like in a top 5 guild. There's Kyros everywhere. It's how we get there. So what makes the most sense? Get to Tatooine. Everyone's trying to get there anyways because of Riva, and you have all the Mandalorians at R7 to get Bo-Katan Mandalore. So there's really just get Bo-Katan Mandalore. After that, there's really no additional cost here. It's 3 characters. Like I said, the other 2 are going to be at R7 because getting Bo-Katan Mandalore forces you to be there. This is what feels like the easy one. This is the one that every guild should be. If you taking the Kyro crunch seriously, this is what every guild should say, guys. We don't normally force farms on people. We don't normally do this, but we are highly encouraging everyone. And she's a GAC character. I think there are a lot more people that are willing to do those than rather like a trench, like a territory wars character or whatever. So this is the easy one, and it's a very easy mission too. Like if you know any of the fundamentals that go on with crate, like i.e. the crate dragon swallows one of your characters, like you have to use the catapults. Like this is it's an easy mission. It's really, I don't know how you can actually fail it, to be honest. And that's not to insult anyone. That's how easy this is. So I don't even notice any special modding. Like this is the way, guys. This is 2,500 get to that every single TB for, a month, for a year, that you guys could just be crushing 2,500 get to. It's just that simple. And then on top of that, yes, you go into that Mandalore, and as long as you're able to come up with, I forget how much it is, I think it's like 300 some odd mil GP, you will get your 50 Kyro each on top of that, and then 525 get 3. So this is the easy one. Like I said, early game, mid game, end game, it should be 25 gifted get 2. The second one that I would say that I would be highly suggesting that we should push for is Braca. This is another one where it's 2 characters, Seer Junda and most likely Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, because he makes it a lot easier. Those are 2 characters that you kind of do want at relics anyways at R7, Seer Junda maybe not as much, but Jedi Knight Cal, yes, absolutely. My only hesitation with this is that it does require mod changes. It does require knowing a little bit more about it, about, okay, I need to end the turn here, or I need to make sure that I'm in this stance with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. But again, it is another 50 get 2. So you could be walking away every single, TB with close to 5,000 get 2. And that's not including the special mission that's on actual Zepho with the clones that you could be also raking in quite a bit. And then the additional 20 Kyro that you get for, getting those milestones on those planets. So again, it's right. I put the math in here to show us where we're at maximum wise, but I think there's 2-ish easier solutions. Get your guys, guild to get into the Tatooine mission, and then get your guys' guild to get into the Braca mission. That's the way that you can help start easing that up. And just like we ask, players inside the guild to say, hey, we really want to push the raid for this crate, whatever you guys set that crate to be. So this is what we need from each player. This would be the same way, right? It's 50 people trying to come together to benefit 49 other people. And so that's how I'd phrase it, right? And hopefully, like I said, I know that the Kyro tech is that crunch. Hopefully everyone else, the other 49 people in your guild, agree and are saying, yeah, you know what? I feel that crunch just as much too. I'm willing to, build something up for the guild. So yeah, that's just sort of where I wanted to leave you guys off with, because again, we didn't get so much news this week. And a lot of times, your guys' questions and stuff are what drives my ideas for these videos. So continue asking questions in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was at least a little somewhat fun to just see what you can actually get with a max run here. But I appreciate you guys all. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you guys in the next one.